Welcome to the Up Nerd Podcast. I'm your main host Kyle, along with my co-host Dan. How's it going, Dan?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good, good. So, news revealed that there's going to be a Twisted Metal series coming to Peacock. And what surprised me most is you actually said you were kind of interested in watching that. That blows my mind.
Well, I grew up with the game, so
Yeah.
it's not my favorite game because I always was terrible at those action ones, but still,
Yeah.
the characters are decent.
Fair enough.
And what's his name?
Sweet Tooth, the
Sweet
clown.
Tooth is
Yeah,
the main
Sweet Tooth is the
because he's the only one I remember, obviously.
Yeah, he's the best, especially when they did Twisted Metal Black, where they made it the super edgy, super realistic stuff. So he was a super serial murderer. It was super crazy. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I watched it. It's got the Falcon in it.
The Falcon?
Yeah, the guy who plays Falcon and
Oh yeah, I forgot who the main guy was.
I can't think of his name though. So
oh gosh, something Mac.
I don't know.
Let's look it up. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay,
Anthony Mackie.
that's it. You're right. So then there's
Will
that.
Arnett is in it.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. What else we got? We got
The guy who played Sandman.
Oh, okay.
Thomas Hayden Church. Yeah, right there.
Nice. Who's he playing?
I don't know. Let's find out.
In the meantime, what else? Speaking of
Whoever Agent Stone is, he must just be an FBI agent.
Yeah, probably. You think there's any other games that could be converted to shows that you think would be decent?
Well, obviously Resident Evil's done.
Yeah, they need to stop that. They haven't done a good one in a while.
Silent Hill's too limiting. As far as like lore goes, it's only basically one or two people that are important.
No, there's a very extensive
unless you want to go with
canon stories of other people who've come to Silent Hill. There's a lot.
The only way that would work is if you did how normally it's a community of people and they're doing stuff.
Yeah.
Was it Eureka, for example, where they have a bunch of super scientists and stuff like that. Well, Silent Hill would have to be people. There is a community, but they're all in another realm or ghosts or whatever, and people come there, and the whole episode would be about how they escape or don't escape.
Yeah.
Because it would be more. You couldn't have. It'd be better if it was more like the Twilight Zone, where there's not a set cast, where you have you have a set cast, but all people who are already in Silent Hill, and then you go and bring a guy in there, or whoever's in there, and then they make up how they interact with the thing, whether or not they get out or not.
Okay.
You see what I mean? It's like a reverse ensemble cast, kind of.
Yeah, I get what you're going with. That would be good.
I don't know if they would never do it because it's too outside the box, but
yeah, well, that's kind of how some of the extra Silent Hill stuff is working. They have extra people that just kind of show up there for one reason or another, because the whole concept of the thing is,
are they related to anybody who's in
no,
Silent
they're
Hill?
just the town itself. When they stick with the town being supernatural, it just attracts shittiness. So it attracts shitty people.
Yeah.
And it takes care of shitty people and either kills them or, it usually kills them. Even
yeah, well, yeah.
There's no winning at Silent Hill. You just slightly end up a little bit better. The closest one I would say is the Origins game. Charles Grady, I think his name is.
Mm-hmm.
He ends up with a good ending, but it's a pseudo good ending. Oh, he did all this, but now he's super traumatized, and then he drives off.
Well, the way the show would probably, in my mind, would work is that depending on what you're doing, you could have the atmosphere depending on be a different kind of game. Like the first game was really hazy because it didn't have the graphic capability and all that stuff.
Yeah, and that's how that trope started with that game, is just keeping the fog.
You could do it that way. You could do it like Origins, where you can see more stuff a little bit,
Yeah.
but not a lot. It's still a lot better than it was in the previous games.
Yeah. What else was I thinking of? Alan Wake could
Well,
feasibly.
yeah, most of the storyline based ones,
Yeah. They couldn't do
like
They couldn't do Bayonetta.
yeah, it's over. It's just
It's too much. Too much going on. Too much over the top.
yeah, pretty much breakdance fighting, all that stuff.
Yep. I'm trying to think of series that were really popular. They did Tomb Raider.
Well,
They're doing Twisted Metal.
now they should do Wolf Among Us
Oh, that'd be so
because it's based
good.
on a comic book anyway,
Yeah.
and then it's just so much awesome stuff going on.
Yeah, like
It's like totally, and people would say, "Oh, it's like Once Upon a Time" or any of that, but no, this isn't Disney stuff. This is more like like the original Grimm's fairy tales, where it's
yeah,
kind of hardcore and a lot of crazy stuff happens.
yeah, a lot of screwed up
Like
shit.
the only thing that's kind of toned down slightly because they have to be, like Bluebeard isn't going around murdering young women all the time.
Yeah.
He still does it, but he has to really try hard not to get caught.
Yeah. Oh,
You know?
that would be a really good one. Speaking of which, in a couple months we should be getting the second Wolf Among Us game. I am super excited about that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I feel like Wolf Among Us would be a great one to do. They did Cyberpunk.
There was oh yeah, it was a cartoon.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the problem with the live action version is probably people will remind themselves of Blade Runner too much.
Yeah,
Although Cyberpunk's a lot different from Blade Runner, but still,
they did a good job with the Netrunners anime. That was decent.
well, because the thing with Cyberpunk, it came out about the same time Blade Runner came out.
Oh yeah, the remake of Blade Runner.
Yeah, Cyberpunk the game came out around the mid '80s.
Oh, okay. I forgot it was a
It's tabletop.
tabletop RPG.
Yeah, first.
So yeah, you have all that. What else is going on in the old noggin here of mine?
Noggin here of mine.
I really can't think of any other games that they could really adapt. They could do the Final Fantasy stuff.
Yeah, Final Fantasy gets a little bit over. It's kind of
Yeah.
it's hard to do because it's so anime like that, and plus there's all that cosplay going on, and so many of the cosplayers would probably be weird about it too. So,
Yeah.
but you know,
They could do a remake of the Doom movie because that Doom movie was terrible.
uh,
It was bad.
yeah, it's. I don't think it's. I don't even know what you do with that because does the protagonist actually talk at all?
No.
Well, then that's the problem.
Yeah. Ooh, Siphon Filter.
Yeah, maybe
Or the other one,
Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell. That would be really good. I'd be interested in watching something like that.
Splinter Cell would probably be better as a TV series than a fucking movie. Excuse me. Sorry.
No, you can cuss on this one. We're
Then
past
as a movie,
number one. We're past a minute, and number two, I don't give a shit now. We're on her. This is my studio.
well, as a okay. Well, basically, Splinter Cell was it's it's hard to do a movie based on a game that's not even that long, really, because it's a stealth game, so it means that the game's a lot longer just because you can't just run through it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, there was that many levels, and they weren't that long. Oh man.
but you could make it as like a TV show where it's episodic, where a mission is like an episode or two or something,
Yeah.
instead of, but it's more about the operation, and then like the beginning of the movie, the show, the episode or the sequence, and the end of it, or his personal time, or in between things, or something like that.
Yeah.
Because that's how the game
Ooh.
works.
Pulling
Generally.
away from video games just because almost every other game series has a movie or a show adaptation. They could do Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, that hasn't been done in a long time.
Yep. And do like a weird like the psychological horror, like murdery thing.
They should just remake the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh yes, they should. Yeah, but they
and
can't
make it
do
the real
now.
one, the one where Alan Quartermain's a opium addict and he's like going through violent withdrawal at the beginning of the movie because they find him in like a Jakarta or Hong Kong like opium den or something. He wasn't in Africa being all noble. No, he was messed up because he killed too many people and too many people he loved died.
And he's all crazy now.
Yeah. But Sean Connery would not have done that.
Yeah, I love Sean Connery. I'm sad he's gone.
Yeah, well.
COVID got him.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
He
He
had COVID, and then like a couple weeks later, he died on his private island.
Oh, he had a private island?
Yeah, he died in his sleep on a private island.
I didn't know
like
that.
Lung failure or whatever.
I assume it's a Scottish private island.
No, it was some random beach island.
No, that's kind of disappointing.
Right.
Because he was for like Scottish independence like his whole life.
Yeah.
Like he had Scotland Forever tattoo and stuff. Even though he was James Bond. That's a little weird, but
right. I really can't think of too many other.
Is there a Barbie video game to go with the movie?
Oh God, I hope not.
It's probably a mobile game, but still.
Yeah, we're gonna probably get a Barbie game here soon.
You have to. I don't know. I don't know. Make friends to get coins to buy clothes. I don't know what it's.
And accessorize all the time. So dumb. Barbie's dumb.
Barbie's dumb. Barbie's dumb.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking dumb. But you know what? Whatever. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a movie. It sure is going to be a movie.
Yeah, sure.
That's the best I can say right now. It's going to be a movie. Is it going to be good? Probably not. But we'll see. Ooh, other than that, I started playing the Starship Troopers game. That's my new Bible.
Yeah.
So it makes me want to go watch the movies again.
Oh yeah, I forgot there's more than one.
Yes, there's a bunch of straight to sci-fi.
Oh, the first one's the only good one, man. You know that as well as I do.
Yeah.
So, since there's only one good book, there's only one good.
The only good bug's a dead bug.
Well, there's only one good book. There's Starship Troopers the book, and that was good. The rest of it, I don't even know. Did he write any others? I don't even know.
I think he wrote quite a few actually. I think there's like 5.
There's more than a few science fiction books they could make into movies, but they're never gonna do it.
Yeah, but
like my favorite's Ringworld, but they're never gonna do it. It's just a world with a giant ring, and everything's on the inside of the ring.
Oh, so it's Halo.
Kinda, but not really. It's not It's not a weapon.
Yeah.
It's just a place they go. So it's kind of like Blade Runner, sort of, I guess. Oh, Ahsoka. I forgot when that's coming out.
Ahsoka.
Yeah, it's a series.
Ahsoka
Tano's.
Oh, Ahsoka Katana.
Was that already out?
What?
Was that already out?
Katana? Ahsoka?
Yeah.
No. They, Caldor or whatever was the last thing they did. And then we just finished, the Mandalorian season 3.
Ugh.
It wasn't bad. Mandalorian season 3 was actually good.
Number one, look, the problem with me with Star Wars is that I read all the extended universe stuff, and then they decided to use none of it. And it bothers me. Like, half of it you probably don't need to use because it involves some race called the Yuuzhan Vong, which can't be affected by the Force, which got really super involved for no reason. And it was weird. And eventually ended up being they're from a plant, like used to be part of a sentient planet. And then they got rejected by it. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of like what's the Green Lantern planet?
Mogo.
Yeah, Mogo. Kind of like Mogo. Sorta.
Yep. And we're getting a Harry Potter series coming out here sometime.
Is this a prequel or is this
No, it's like a retelling of the Harry Potter books.
Oh gosh, whatever. And it's not a movie.
No, it's a TV series.
Oh.
I think they want to stretch it out more now.
Yeah, but what, are they just gonna literally just make the script out of the book dialogue or something?
I'm assuming.
I don't really care. I didn't grow up with it, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with it, but it's not that important to me.
Well, people my age were reading it, but I knew it was popular. I didn't care. Lord of the Rings is better, just the way it is.
Lord of the Rings better. Yeah, let me put up my.
Did I actually have a tone of voice like that?
A little bit.
Really?
Yes.
Mm.
Man, you do.
What am I? What am I?
Lord of the Rings is way
Waluigi?
better.
I'm Waluigi.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff they're rebooting. I'd like to see them do Thing.
You mean the Kurt Russell thing?
Yeah,
They already tried that, didn't they?
yeah, it was good. It was decent. It was creepy.
You mean a remake?
Yeah, either a remake because the second movie was like a prequel.
I I'm one of those people that if you don't mess with what already works, why even remake it?
Fair enough.
Because the whole point of the thing is you didn't see what it was till like the end, and you didn't
It
really
just kept being other people and then a lot of body horror.
right. There was no what else you gonna do? More CGI?
You mean like they did with the prequel? Yeah, it had a lot of CGI in it.
You know, I just there's a lot of properties you could do, but a lot of them are also require like a lot of like a big budget for a concept that not a lot of people are interested in.
Yeah.
You know, because most of that, like Ringworld, for example, is like the first novel about an artificial planet or residence thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because they made up their own thing for other movies or series, you can't use the original anymore because you already did it, kind of.
Yeah.
You know,
We started watching Castle Rock too.
which one's that?
It's a weird show that's based off the Stephen King universe. So far, they've shown Shawshank.
Oh yeah, that one where they all mix them together and stuff.
Yeah. They did the Shawshank, Misery, and something else all mixed together. So we watched first episode and Bill Skarsgård's in it
Mm-hmm.
and his creepy looking ass.
Mm-hmm.
But so far it's pretty interesting. We're gonna keep watching it. I got you to finish an anime series with me, Spy X Family.
Yeah.
Let's hear your thoughts on that one, Dan. I was actually really surprised you watched the full thing with me. I figured you were gonna bail on it. Episode 3.
Well, I just like the kid. I think the main guy character is kind of an idiot.
Yeah,
He's really good at what he does, but he's just like so unaware of things. It's kind of
he's unaware of like subtle, like most people would notice things.
right.
Like
He doesn't even ask. The other thing is for a spy he asks no questions.
yeah,
Like he should have asked what was it your what she's feeling or how you doing and all those other things and figuring out if it's real or not.
yeah.
But what kind of spy asks a person a question? She goes, "Oh, everything's fine," and actually believes them. None.
Yeah, right.
0.
Right.
Everyone wants to figure out stuff. What kind of spy are you?
Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed the series.
Now I understand.
It's cute.
I just like my favorite part is the kids' faces.
Oh, the kid that she keeps making at school and stuff.
The first day when she did that thing,
That stupid goof
she's
look.
trying to look like
She's smiling.
but she looks sadistic.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "What are you doing?" It was hilarious to me. And then she punched that one kid right in the face.
Launches him across the room. Yeah. I liked it so far, both seasons. I'm hoping they actually keep going with that. There's a lot of times that they'll have an anime get like one season, it becomes like popular for a little while, and then they just never do anything with it
Hmm. I don't know.
because they're too busy trying to finish One Piece.
Like everybody in the anime industry.
Yeah, like they just all gave up on their shows and just like we gotta finish One Piece. That's still going.
Will they keep adding storylines or something?
No, fortunately, since it started in the early 2000s, I think it came out in like 2000, 2001, maybe 90s.
Uh-huh.
It's held popularity. It's been in the top 4, top 5 of Shonen Jump since the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of like they did with Bleach, where the illustrator and stuff was forced to rush the storyline, they've allowed him to just take his time and do what he wants with it, and he has been taking his time. But the fortunate part about it is the way he wrote and directs this entire series. It never, even the filler is part of the actual world, so it doesn't feel like filler. You know how they have like some fillers where it's a completely different thing that has nothing to do with anything,
Right.
and it just feels out of nowhere. It and it like a notorious one for this is Bleach again. They would sit there and be starting a fight between two of the main characters,
Mm-hmm.
like the main adversary in that, and they'll start the fight where they do their first clash, and then all of a sudden the next episode will be a filler arc starting the beginning and end of a full storyline that was never part of the main line.
Mm-hmm.
So all this stuff happens. It's like I get it more when it's like happens at the end of an arc, and then you have filler in between arcs. But this was just in the middle of an arc. They put, and this their filler is long. The Zanpakuto Spirit arc was like 50 episodes.
Hmm.
It was ridiculous, and I was getting pissed. Then after we got through that bull crap, they went into the other arc with the evil swords, the evil versions of Zanpakuto that eat people. Like that was also almost 40 episodes. Just to watch one fight, it was BS. But One Piece, their whole thing is like they'll finish an arc, or even if they need to do something like any kind of pseudo filler, it's part of the arc. So it's always the world always seems alive. There's no separation and everything. And then how they write characters is really good because their characters have lives. Like you know how they just kind of get rid of a character and then they bring them back later and they really don't explain where they're at now in life.
Mm-hmm.
They're just there. No, One Piece characters they always go through an arc, like their own arc. So they have their own like little hidden arcs. Like the one dude was like part of the evil pirate gang when you first introduced him.
Mm-hmm.
Then he took a plea deal to join the navy or get put in prison. And then his arc was he started out as just like a lackey guy, and now he's like working his way through and becoming like one of the best hunters because he's like a hypnotist and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like that now he's even further up in the ranks now, and he's actually somewhat good.
Hmm.
Like, and they started that like from the very beginning. So he had like a, you know what I mean? Like there's people progress in this instead of just
Right.
being written off, which I always love. And they always come back. Like they never just leave a character dead on the table, which really makes me feel good about this series. And I'm looking forward to it. The manga's on like 14,
Oh my
12,
gosh.
1300 chapters.
That is the reason why I don't read manga.
Yeah, well, the show's on 1,000 or so now. It's ridiculous.
The only manga I've ever read was Lone Wolf and Cub, and that was because it was the library. But then they all got stolen.
Fair enough.
They all got stolen.
Yeah, so I'm a One Piece fan. I'm keeping up with the mangas. Like I have people I watch like the YouTubes where they talk about what happened in the manga chapter right after it comes out, and show everything. And it's getting interesting. It's getting really like as they're trying to wrap everything up, it's expanding the universe so much, and it's not expanding in such a way that it feels like Naruto did a really good one, which really kind of ruined the series for me. Um, since the very first season of Naruto,
Mm-hmm.
they made mention of Madara Uchiha, the world's best Uchiha. Like he was like everyone's like he's a badass, you know, beware of him. You don't ever want to mess with him. And they, always made mention of him like he was so great. And they kept foreshadowing him. Great build up. And then we got to the last two arcs where he finally comes out of the shadows, which it really wasn't even him. While he was still alive and dying, he got another Uchiha to take up his mission and then trick the one guy into reviving him from the dead because the guy has a jutsu where he can bring corpses back to life
Mm-hmm.
and kind of use their powers as he will. And then he was smart enough to set up a counter jutsu ahead of time to pretty much bring him back to full life so he's not under the control of that shit.
Mm.
And it was really interesting. And then they're making him, and he was doing all this stuff, and they're making him powerful. And then all of a sudden, they're like, "Oh, let's make mention of this one character." And then, like 20 episodes later, all of a sudden that character shows up, and they're like, "Oh, she was actually the big bad the whole time." And by the way, ninja magic comes from aliens. It goes all the
I
stuff.
think you told me that before.
Yeah, because it was ninja magic, absorbing.
Was that after all the gigantic explosive fights and stuff?
No, it was during all the explosive fights. And
Oh.
then all of a sudden they're like, oh, there's this chick and she was from space, came to Earth, had babies, and then her whole goal is to pretty much absorb people's life energy to eat and then create this tree. This tree makes a fruit. She eats the fruit, becomes more powerful, and then she repeats the process.
Mm-hmm.
And and like she's an alien. That's pretty much it. She's an alien and the best at ninja magic. And I was like, really?
So it's not. No, it's more like ninja magic's alien magic.
Yeah. Well, it's still ninja magic, but it was taught to humans by aliens on how to actually use it and actually harness it. Humans had no way of using it or even knowing it existed until the aliens came and showed us, which is crazy. And that ruined the series for me. And now they're doing Baruto, which is not only aliens.
So was that Naruto
but,
with a B?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now it's not just aliens; it's aliens and sci-fi magic. The main group of bad villains is they're cyborgs. They're cyborg ninja people that are working for the alien
Mm-hmm.
to stop ninjas. I was like, Jesus, what is going on?
I don't know.
But yeah, so it's stuff like that ruins shows for me. Trying to think. Trying to turn you on to some other shows I've watched.
Well, I've seen some Naruto with you,
Yeah.
but not a lot. And
Yeah.
One Piece is too much for obvious reasons.
It's never too much.
It's never going to end.
I hope it ends. I'm 36. I don't want to be like 70. Like, I have to hold on. Because at that point, I'm holding on to see the end of the show, and they better never end it. At that point, see if I can just stay alive.
That's funny. I don't know. Is that the longest running anime ever?
Probably, I'm assuming. I'll have to look it up. But I'm trying to think of other animes that have blossomed and puttered out. I don't know. There's like a new anime every week that the nerds go crazy over.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there a specific website that you know these things from?
No, but it's It's always like a meme wave thing. Like when Spy X Family first came out,
Mm-hmm.
everyone was doing drawings of Yor, and all the cosplay girls were Yor and doing Yor.
Yeah, but visually yours sort of boring.
Yeah,
He goes, how can you know it's your compared to some other just Japanese lady?
yeah.
You can't. She's black haired, dark eyed,
The only reason why you
wears
knew is
glasses
because
a lot. He goes, I'm your. You gotta say it.
no, because she had the red sweater thing going on.
Okay.
That was it.
She doesn't wear it all the time though.
Yeah, she pretty much does. So I'll have to see what the new big hot uh trending anime girl is.
Oh well.
The new waifu of the week.
Ugh, who cares about that?
I don't.
I know you don't. Neither do I. But really, what do I care about?
Yeah.
Who knows? It's a mystery.
Nothing.
Like, I don't know what a mystery is.
Yeah. So I mean, there's lots there. We have the Flash coming up here soon. You're gonna watch it. You said you would. Well, I'm holding you to it this time. You skipped out on Guardians
It's fine. I already know what the story is,
and Secret Invasion.
and the only difference between this and the Flashpoint paradox is that there's two Barry Allens now.
Well,
And plus, the other reason I'm having a problem with is that guy's a really bad person,
yeah.
and the things he's done, I don't really care what he tries to do to make up for it. It's never gonna happen.
Yeah, there's no amount of acting talent that's going to make
or
up
you know, it's not quite to the point where only God forgives kind of thing, but still,
No, but he's still a douche.
But come on.
Yeah, so I mean, we have that. We have Secret Invasion. I can't think of anything else really. Ooh, Transformers. I kind of want to see it now. Even though I'm ready to kill everybody over the trailer, it's getting so annoying to see every movie have that trailer. And the same song that's in every trailer now. That remix of a bunch of old 90s rap songs put together.
What is it? Like DMX and
It's DMX,
is there
Biggie,
is there
and
any
Tupac.
is there? I've heard of
Who sing like
I've heard this is the mid '90s though. Was Slam was done on a insurance commercial.
nice. So I kind of
was
want to
done
see
on
it because they're introducing a lot of characters I like Unicron. It's Unicron, so I'm really hoping they have Galvatron. I'm really hoping they have Nemesis, which is the evil Optimus Prime
Hmm.
that succumbed to Unicron. Then I'm really hoping for they're doing the Maximals and the Predacons, so I'm super excited. I really hope they have Waspinator in there. Waspinator. So I might go watch that.
Waspinator.
Yes. He was awesome. He kept getting blown up every episode.
Waspinator.
Lord Megatron. He was awesome. Like, he was awesome.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well. Ooh. I just thought of a show I'm going to watch if I can find it and download it. Or watch it on my bot streaming service of my choice.
What does that mean?
Fighting Foodons.
Oh, so you're not going to answer that question?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
We're avoiding that question. No, Fighting Foodons.
Uh-huh.
I when I find it, I'll give it to you too. to watch. It's awful. It's the food version of Pokemon.
What?
I'm being
Or
dead.
all the characters are chefs or something?
Yes, and they create food that become monsters, and then they fight them.
What?
Oh, it's awesome! It came out at the same time as like Metabots and all that when they were
Everybody was trying to make something like that?
yeah, and they were trying to be the next big collectible thing, even though they never did anything with fighting Foodons.
I think I vaguely remember that for some reason.
Good, you should vaguely remember it. So, I think we'll call it an episode from here. Next time we're on, I'll be talking with Greg about the Boogeyman, Guardians Galaxy 5,
How long has it been
or
anyway?
3. Since what?
What, this episode?
I don't know. I can't see the clock from here.